Yeah, yeah. Dom is kind of a serial entrepreneur with a cool story. Used to do rental car stuff with like Uber and Lyft, and had his own business. Closed that up, and he came into our community last month, in the month of March. Participated in our Decade in a Day. I believe that one was on
March 27th.
March 27th. So we're talking 20 days ago. Um, he started just blasting ads on Facebook to affiliate marketing offers. Before I knew it, and within 48 hours or something, maybe within the week, there was,
I hit the 24-hour mark.
yeah,
Yeah,
hit
it
a
was like
sale within
23 and a half
24
hours. I was
hours.
sweating it.
Yeah, hit a sale within 24 hours. And then he had $500 in commissions pretty quick after that. And then took that and he sent a little message or commented and said, then I just quickly jumped over to TikTok, shared what happened there, then started, people started pouring in. They're like, oh, I want to learn, how do I do that? How'd you start doing this in just a week? So anyway, Dom, thanks for coming on here. I just share a little bit about your journey and how fast that happened, because I was shocked a little bit by just the speed where you were like, yeah, I just signed 3 people up for the challenge the other day. And I was like, holy shit. So share a little bit about that. And did you find a babysitter for this?
Yeah, my wife actually came home early. She's upstairs. So now I'm on a good computer. I was in my kitchen last time.
All right.
So,
Rock on. Cool.
yeah. So what was funny is I actually joined TikTok for the sole purpose of promoting Legendary. So I was on Facebook and I saw Matt and Jake talking about it in like November, December. And I've been trying to get the whole online marketing thing going for a little over 2.5 years. I've got a blog with 90,000 words on it and it's getting like 4 people a day. And it's just, you keep pumping out content, but I really wasn't getting any traction. So I see Jake and I see Matt talking about TikTok, and that You Betcha video was exactly my thing. I said, isn't that just high school kids and college kids dancing around? And I looked at it and you get addicted. I said, and they're both have 40,000 followers, and their accounts are like 3 months or 4 months old. And I was like, okay. I mean, and I'm looking at the videos that they did, and it's like, these aren't as hard to produce as YouTube videos. I mean, the production value isn't, it's not perfectly edited. It's here, look at my phone, look here, go here. And I'm like, that's something anybody can do. So what I did was I actually went through both of their profiles and wrote down all of their videos that were getting the most views, the hashtags they used. And
can you share that with me?
My dude went undercover, bro. Undercover.
I did that I spent the Saturday. I went through Matt's profile, went through Jake's profile, and I was like, all right, so this is the type of content that people like.
I have to jump in. I'm just like itching right now. I just, for everybody watching this, if you guys ever wonder, like, is there a magic potion or is there a magic formula? Like, what do these guys do? They got a secret formula thing, weird nujitsu they're doing. What Dom did is just exactly what people do. Like, in terms of strategy, right? You always
went KGB on them, dude.
I mean,
CIA.
I went as far as I signed up on both of their lists. It went through both of their funnels. Yeah. And I actually have a split test going. One's a Matt style funnel, one's a Jake style funnel, and it's right now neck and neck.
You can't keep up with me. I'm changing all the time.
I didn't steal.
All right, keep going. Anyway, for you guys watching this, you don't have to make up all your marketing from nothing. Just watch what's already working. That's what popular brands do. They see human behavior and what's already working.
So yes, I mean this was all before I even really signed up for Legendary. Well, I signed up for Legendary. Somebody was doing the affiliate marketing book for the $1.99. And I said, hey, for why not? I'll buy it, stick it on the shelf. I'll get to it when I get to it. And sorry, Dave, I still haven't read it. But I ended up taking the challenge because I went to go sign up for an affiliate. And,
well, that's what we wanted you to do anyways. I mean, we were just using the book as bait. I mean, we wanted to get you in the challenge anyway. So mission accomplished for us, bro. Set that baby on the shelf.
So I actually took the challenge. I'm like, all right, it's been 15 days. I'll go through it. I knew it was just a lead magnet anyway. So I'm like, all right, let me kind of go through. And then it got to the business blueprints, and I got to those lessons, and I recognized almost everybody in the testimonials. Yeah, I saw Jonathan on there. I saw James Neville Taylor. I saw there was like everybody who broke out in 2019 was a product of the blueprints. So I sat there and I was like, I can just kind of go through this and do what I've been doing and not really have any success, or invest in the blueprints and hopefully be someone who breaks out in 2020. And part of the reason I took that was the decade in a day, because I was getting kind of close and I didn't really have the last tumbler in the lock. So I took decade in a day, got the done for you copy, done for you funnel, done for you ad, and ran it. And I just trusted what Matt said, trusted what my coach said, and just did it, because a big thing that I struggled with was coachability. I mean, I was the kid in school who didn't do any of the homework, didn't study for the test, and still got a 95. So it just, everything just kind of came easier, and I knew it better than most people. And that doesn't account for anything in online marketing. So I was like, I'm gonna swallow my pride, just do what my coach tells me. And guess what? I had a result quickly. So that's a lesson. Anyone who's kind of struggling, if you're good at everything else outside of marketing and you're struggling with marketing, it might be, I call it reverse imposter syndrome. I'm sitting there going, versus people go, well, what if they realize I don't know what I'm doing? I had well, I know it better than that guy. Why aren't I getting the result? Now put that aside. Did the decade in a day, and then I'm like, all right, let me jump on.
Love this raw honesty, by the way, dude.
Yeah, that's integrity is honesty. So I got on, and I lost what I was into with this. Oh, so I'm like, well, how am I going to be different on TikTok? Because I have a bunch of, I don't want to say stolen content, but I got a bunch of modeled content, and everyone's going to be getting $1,200 from the government. I said, let me do a narrative approach to encourage followers. And let's see if I can build an affiliate marketing business using the coronavirus check that everyone's gonna be getting in about 3 weeks. Because how many times do we have people go, oh, I want to start a business, but I have no money. So you're getting handed $1,200 in 3 weeks. I'm going to give you a blueprint to follow. Watch me live. I'll build it here. And I know it's going to work because I knew decade in a day worked. I was just going to do the same thing that I learned there. So my second ever TikTok was just kind of the setup, and that went 7,000 views. And I mean, this was the one. Can I share my screen here for a second? Let's go.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let's kind of drag this over here. So this is my account. This is on desktop. So this is kind of what you get. You can't really like or follow anything. You just kind of see it. But my second one here, my first one was actually just me driving in my Jeep, telling people what I was going to do. And I got 329 views, which I was still kind of shocked about because it was the first post on a first account. And then the next one. So if you guys missed my last post, I'm actually trying to build an affiliate business using nothing but the coronavirus check. So here's day one.
This is gold.
Because you can't just do this business without any kind of software. First off, I deposited $1,200 into a checking account, which I will be drawing from through the course of this experiment. If you have no idea what you're doing, I highly recommend you pick up some training. This 15-day challenge is only $7. We're going to need a super cool domain name, which you can actually pick one up. Not too bad. Most of them are under $10 for a year. We need an email service so that we can automatically follow up with all of our customers. This one starts at $15 a month, and they give you a month free. We also need a website and funnel builder so that we can send people to the product pages when we want them to buy. So this one here is actually $19 and gives you a 2-week trial. Lastly, we need to track our links. This one's free. So that post got so many views, and I was shocked. I woke up to like 75 followers the next morning, and I was like, all right, I might be onto something here. And that initial hit was such a dopamine rush, that early success. It's like, all right, I can do this. So then I sat down, got out my notebook, and I started batching stuff because I'm like, I'm going to have the narrative approach that people are probably going to want to follow along and keep with. I didn't know that what Jake said about having the 1 in every 7 videos. So I thought if someone followed, you're going to see all their stuff. But it also kept me accountable. And also if someone wanted to go back, they can go and watch all my videos, which people do. And I get a bunch of likes in a row. But the next one, to Jonathan's point with the viral sound and viral meme, my 4th video got 1,500 views, and I just used the Trump meme.
It may get bigger, it may get a little bigger, it may not get bigger at all. We'll see what happens. But regardless of what happens, we're totally prepared.
Like, I didn't say a word in that video, and it got 1,500 views.
I love that one, dude. I did that one as well. That one's perfect.
That's a great sound, and it was all about. I've noticed that TikTok is all about viral trends and being silly because everyone's kind of in the Wild West phase. No one really knows what works. Everyone's trying to figure it out. And if something hits, it goes viral. I mean, you can see my first couple posts. I mean, they're all up over 1,500 views. And let me see if I can pull. I mean, that's my analytics from yesterday. In 2 weeks, I'm at 45,000 views. And that would probably take me 6 months to do on YouTube, if I even got there.
It's like the difference between smoking weed and smoking crack, man. I mean, you know, just had to throw that out there. You know, it's like one or drinking a 6-pack or taking a shot. You know what I mean? They're both going to get you there, but I mean, one's just going to get you there a lot faster. So anyways, that's my contribution to this segment, Dom. I don't know if it was useful or not, but.
No, but it absolutely. And like talking about being real, I mean, I talked about my worst day in my rental car business when half of my fleet got totaled in 24 hours. I kind of tried to throw a rock at the guru a little bit, saying that, you know, they're going to show you the watch and the Bentley, and I'm going to tell you, look, it's not all sunshine and roses. And that actually did pretty well. I got a lot of followers from that video too. And it's just been being consistent. I've noticed let me bring back my views here, is being consistent with it. I actually took my first day off here and the views dropped off. So if you stop feeding TikTok, TikTok will stop feeding you, is what I've noticed. So I did start batching a couple of videos, and because they're so short, Monday night I did like 12 videos in 2 hours. And I've just been batching them out all week, 2 to 3 hours apart, to kind of have that slow burn. Oh, I'm going to pull up the chat here. So that's, like I said, and also I started testing things here too. And I've noticed that TikTok likes laser focused content. I started putting some car stuff out there. Maybe I can kind of reach outside my niche and grab some people from there. And that also plummeted my views. So as soon as I went back to like the make money online marketing content, the views went right back up. Shelly, did you part one? I didn't do part one, part two. I did day 1, day 2, day 3, and I lost count on a couple of them when I was off. So I just kind of stopped doing it. I just would say, go back and watch the rest of them. But as far
Dom, do you want to take some questions now? Cause I've actually seen some pretty good ones, but I didn't want to interrupt.
No, it's fine. I was watching the chat light up and I was kind of rambling on, but yeah, I'll take questions.
Well, there's just a couple of good ones that came through. One was about, are there copyright issues on TikTok like there are on other platforms? Like I think YouTube's the worst. Like if they actually have a robot, an AI that picks up, whereas Instagram, it's not that big of a deal. Do you know what the copyright sound what does it look like on TikTok?
I can't speak to that intelligently.
Anybody know?
Yeah, my understanding is if you get it from TikTok, it's okay.
Yeah, don't bring anything in from outside TikTok. There's all the sounds that you need are inside TikTok. None of those are copyrighted.
Yeah.
How about that Trump sound? Did you guys got that right off of TikTok, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't grab anything from outside.
Okay. Well, that answers that question, and that makes it also really easy. Somebody else said, Zanette said, if you guys were to predict what percentage of the people watching this would take action after this epic webinar, I would probably say doesn't really relate to. I'd probably say 10 to 15%. I mean, and I'm challenging you guys on the webinar, right? That's a little bit of a challenge. So if you get motivated by a challenge, but I'm going back to a previous, actually, no, I'm going to give you guys the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say 20 to 25%, because 10 to 50% actually finished a 30-day challenge. Okay. Back before Jonathan and I were talking about that this morning. So, the real question is this, and I think Dom, I'd actually like you maybe to speak to this. Okay. The real question is not how many people are going to take action off of this webinar, because I'm probably wrong there, probably a significant amount of more people than even 25, probably damn near 100% of people will take action immediately off of this webinar. The real question is how many people will stick with it. So Dom, what has been your because I mean, I don't know if you've struggled with inconsistency in the past, but what is like, how do you stay consistent, man? Is it a mental thing? Is it planning your day and structure and accountability? What's your strategy?
For me, what's been keeping me consistent with TikTok is, one, I'm having a lot of fun with it, which I never thought I would. And then two, it was that first initial success. That 7,200 view video out of the gate really lit a fire, and that really got me excited, that little dopamine hit. And then probably I sold my first challenge 3 days after starting it, and I got that email, and I'm like, all right, I'm on to something. Like, that's it. It's on. I stopped drafting blog posts. I stopped posting in my Facebook group. I said, this is just TikTok. I'm going to build this. And I knew that because I didn't have that clickable link, I saw Matt and I saw Jake had them. I was like, how do I get that clickable link? So I became the beta tester, and then I found out that you have to have a certain number of followers to get that. So I try to use the Bitly. I like the short links, but they're case sensitive. I don't know how many people tried to type in, and because I capitalized the D in days for my 15 days.
I was actually going to make a comment about that earlier. If you guys are you guys out there for your calls to action, your verbal calls to action, just go out and find a really, really easy link. I mean, it's like infomercials have worked for 25 plus years because they just are, they only play for 15 seconds or 30 seconds, but it's a domain that somebody can remember. Like My Pillow is one of my favorites. I mean, you don't think that guy sold millions of freaking pillows? You're crazy. You know how an ad's been successful? It's continuing to run. So pick a domain that is easy for somebody to remember. If you say it 1 or 2 times or 3 times in a video, or if they see it flash across the screen. And even then you add it to your bio when you get that feature, and it's just your domain. If it's simple enough, if it's easy enough, people can remember it. And it's just dommoney.com or whatever it is. I mean, workwithdom.com, anything that's super easy to remember is what I would recommend you guys use as a domain to your bridge page funnel, or wherever you want to send people, just in general.
Yeah. I mean, and keeping with that small link. Now, none of these, I don't think most of these aren't from the clickable link, but from just having that short. I have the one here. I'm pointing to my screen like you guys can see it. But this is the one that I've been sending to, the 15-days with the capital D. That's been the most hit link. I mean, 39 times, and that's people manually typing it in 2 weeks. That was actually 31 this morning. So I've had 8 people today since I've had it clickable. And then some of these other links, I tried to grab every 15 days that I could, so it didn't matter how people typed it in, as long as they could remember the 15 days. But it's powerful. Like I forget who said it. The amount of traffic that you get out of the gate is awesome. I mean, I've actually sold 3 challenges, 2 playbooks, 1 copywriter playbook, and one of those people took a bunch of upsells. So I think I'm at almost $200 in commissions in 2 weeks doing this. Just taking the action and having that simple link that people can remember.
Right.
Because it's not go here, make a bunch of money /XYZ. No one's going to type that in.
I think we got to also, I'm so thrilled that you had that video that had 7,000 views as your second video, but I also want to tell people that just count on not having that happen. You know what I mean? If you build yourself a contingency plan for your expectations, you lower them down a little bit and kind of get into it for the long haul, then you're going to have much better results. I mean, if you happen to hit the jackpot like Dom did on his second video, awesome. But I wanted to throw that out there. It doesn't mean if your first 10 videos don't get a couple of hundred, that doesn't mean that this is not something that can work for you. You need to you need to just keep tweaking your content. You need to model as Dom. I think one of the things that I want to extract to make sure that people had, picked up on that you said was that research phase. I think a lot of people go into creating content overlooking the research phase. And the research phase is so important, man. It's so important. And your research phase, as Matt eloquently pointed out, was not very glamorous. I mean, it doesn't have to be glamorous, and it doesn't have to be super secretive, and you don't know anything that I don't know that the next person doesn't know. It's about just going in and saying, okay, how can I model after stuff that's already working? You know what I mean? So guys, take a couple of extra minutes or hours to do some research. And by research, I mean just click these guys. All of these guys have talked about and given tips about how to do research. They're going and looking at other people's stuff. And I've said this about YouTube for the longest time. And it's kind of like without just coming out and saying copy, because that's not what I'm saying, but I'm like shouting it from the rooftops. Go to people's channels, click and search by their most popular videos, and let them do the work for you. Let other people blaze the trail. It's not a diss on how capable and smart you are. It's that you're smart by letting other people tell you what topics are going to catch fire, are already catching fire. You know what I mean? So, Dom, do you want to talk just or kind of get a little bit more detailed about, because I'm actually interested in your kind of batching. I know a couple of you guys talked about that, but just the idea that you can create 15 videos in 2 hours and the ease of this is a lot different than doing videos on YouTube. So what does that process look like? Like if you had your wife is like, okay, I'm going to take the kid for 2 hours. You got 2 hours. Like, what do you sit down, in a nutshell, step by step, where do you start and how do you go about that?
Got it. Yeah. So, I mean, the batching for me has been a big thing. Just because my time is limited. My wife works 9 to 5. Me and my wife, we don't want to put our daughter in daycare. So I actually am a stay-at-home dad during 9 to 5 hours. I work during her nap time, and then after dinner is when I'll kind of start and work and create videos and work on my online business. And having TikTok, again, being such short 15 to 60 second videos, I'll kind of sit there. I have I've got my list of what works. And I've just been going down one that seems cool, checking that one off. So I'm not sitting there thinking for a few minutes to go, what am I going to create next? I go, oh, look, hey, my Google Trends video, that one blew up. People like that. So I'll make my Google Trends video. It takes 30 seconds to shoot because it's not YouTube. People want to be raw. They want to hear you kind of stumble and be a real person. And as long as you can just get the content out there clearly. It doesn't have to be polished. I'll shoot the thing in 30 seconds and then spend another 2 minutes getting the text bubbles over it and then put it in drafts. Go to the next one. The Q prompter, that was another tool that I came across. Let me do that video and kind of went through and it was the same thing. And the hashtags, again, I have the list of the hashtags that were on the most viewed videos. And when I go in, TikTok will kind of prompt you as to what's trending. I've been testing with trying to put one that's been trending, and it doesn't seem to make a huge difference. So if you really want to have the hashtags, I think that were, relevant to the niche. But as far as just batching them out, again, they take a minute to 2 minutes a piece to make. I get them all together and then load up that drafts folder. And then as I'm sitting on the couch or, chasing my daughter around, I'll go in the drafts folder and just hit post. And it goes out at 11 o'clock in the morning when I'm running around or, I'm making lunch or I'm doing something like that. So it looks like I'm posting round the clock, but meantime, I just spend 2 hours on a Monday night and I'm good till today. And that's been a huge plus as feeding the algorithm when it wants to be fed and also having a life.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I love that, dude, that you're building something from scratch while still being able to be a dad and it's in doing this super part-time. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
One thing that I want to say, and then we'll kind of move towards wrapping up, is that, guys, and this is going to be my final wrap up words, and then I'll pass it over if anybody has anything else they want to share as just kind of sending off one last tip, or, hey, you can give out, we'll go back around the fire here, and you can, tell people what your handle is on TikTok, and then we can wind this baby down. So I'm going to just go ahead and give you my closing thoughts. Guys, my closing thoughts are this, is that now all of a sudden, if you guys want to move towards maximizing each and every second of your time, then move from sorry, I was trying to unpin your video there, Matt. But move from consumers to creators. That means that when you have a few extra moments on your phone, that typically you would bring up Facebook and just scroll, or you would bring up any other social media platform and just scroll if you gotta scroll because you've got scroliosis, like so many people out there do, including me sometimes. But scroll with a purpose, right? Scroll with a purpose. Head over to TikTok and scroll through TikTok from the eyes of a creator versus a consumer, and go look for ideas. Go surf other people's, follow people that do the same kind of content as you do in your niche. And when you see a video that's taken off, screenshot it. Screenshot the title, right? Use your little, there's a little feature in iPhone, if you have an iPhone, that will allow you to record the screen. You could record a video, right? If you wanted to document that, so you could go and do a video on that topic later on. But my point is that my wife has realized this about me, that I got my phone in my hand up to my face. I really do a lot more than I want to. And I try not to have it in my face, in my hand, when I'm around my family, around my kids. Matter of fact, my 3-year-old won't really let me. She wants my attention, but, and I don't want to have it. But when I am scrolling, I'm typically scrolling with a purpose. I'm looking at ads. I'm not on Facebook because I'm looking to see what Aunt Betty's doing, although that's great. I'm glad she's doing well. I'm actually scrolling, looking at ads. I'm looking at stuff. I've trained my brain and my eyes now to see the world through a marketer's view instead of through a consumer's view. So all of you guys going off of this webinar today, the way that you're going to take action, the way that you're going to be consistent, the way that you're going to be successful is to not fit your business into your life, especially at the beginning, but it's to fit your life into your business. You know what I mean? Like, make them one and the same. When you're off and you're scrolling, make use of that time by going to TikTok and following people that are going to give you ideas and feed your creativity, so you don't have to, when you sit down to actually record or it's time to do that, you're not working with a blank slate. You've already taken all that time to come up with ideas all throughout the day. And also make sure that when you have an idea, that you jot it down, man. Use the note section of your phone and jot down ideas. All right. Guys, incredible work, though. Thank you so much for contributing and coming on. Does anybody have any? Let's go around the horn, and we'll start just in the flow that we did, and then Matt, you can wrap us up at the end. Who did we start out with? Jake, just one last word where they can find you on TikTok. And guys, thank you so much. This will be it from me. And as always, be legendary.
Thanks. Dave, can I just tag onto your screen recorder real quick? If anyone's an Android user, there's an app called X Recorder. I don't know if you guys can see that. X Recorder will actually give Androids the ability to record a screen. So I was struggling with that for a while, and I found that I think 3 days ago, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, you can find me at Jake3. I'll drop it in the comments right there, or in the chat right there. Just be consistent. I mean, just get used to posting. I told you all the story of the one video I posted $1,000 overnight. I haven't touched that piece again since January 6th, and it has collected $8,000. So a beauty, an incredible thing about TikTok, because they will continue to recycle it as long as you are consistent. So get started today and just keep creating content. It becomes a lot of fun, and you will get addicted.
Yeah, that's one big thing I wanted to mention too, as kind of Dom was going through his, is just because your video that you posted yesterday isn't taking off, getting any traction, keep it there. Do not delete videos, because I think from what I've seen, it actually hurts you. They can pick that video up 2 months down the road and it'll start getting views. I'm getting a ton of traffic right now on videos that I did a month ago. So don't get discouraged by numbers right away. Just keep posting, keep posting. I would recommend 3 to 5 videos per day, just starting off. That's going to get, and be consistent with it. You have to make sure you're consistent. Don't do 5 one day, 1 the next day, 10 the next day. Just be consistent. Post in the morning, at noon, at night, spread them out so TikTok doesn't think it's spammy. Because if you post at like 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then don't post anything until the next day at 9 p.m., it's going to look a little bit spammy. So spread them out. What I would really recommend is just focus on being you. Don't try to be some character that you're not. Just go on there, create your videos, do your thing. People are going to comment. Don't comment. I mean, if it's like a spammy comment, or, you know, there's haters out there all over the place, just keep going, keep pushing. I encourage you also to, if people do comment, engage with every single one of your followers, especially when you're below the 1,000 follower count. You want to engage with everybody. Obviously that helps the TikTok algorithm. It's going to help you build your name, build your brand. And don't forget to make offers every once in a while. If people don't know you have an offer, they're not going to take any action. So that's how I'll end there.
Sweet. So yeah, so TikTok's weird. It's like kind of like a mixture between YouTube and Instagram. Whereas like Matt was saying, like you could have a video 2 months ago that's still bringing in traffic, which is kind of weird. But just want to throw that out there. But the biggest thing I wanted to kind of throw out is like Matt was saying, you want to stay consistent. What I like to do is, like I said, batch my posts and then have one like in the morning, have one in the afternoon, have one in the evening. If you can stick to a schedule, it makes it really easy. But the best way to do that is just, I literally spend an hour, like, okay, an hour, turn off everything, and I'm going to make TikToks for this hour. And, you know, I make as many as I can within this hour, 15-second videos, 60-second videos, and just make as many as you can. And what else did I have? I had one more thing. Oh, yeah. Last thing here is this is kind of a hack in a way where you can get a ton of people to, you can show up on the For You page. So let's just say you just post a video. That first like 30 minutes, like go through your For You page and engage with those people, like, comment. And it's kind of a hack. I saw Rachel Peterson doing it. And it works really well. So just kind of a hack to get on the For You page faster. So yeah, and you can find me at Passive Income Lifestyles on TikTok. So yep.
All right. Well, I mean, my final takeaway here with TikTok is just keep going, because I'm kind of, you know, piggybacking on what Matt and Jonathan and Jake even said, is the post life is a lot longer than I thought it would be. I mean, even I'm only 2 weeks in, I'm still getting traffic on some of the earlier videos, which I thought would be long gone. I think TikTok called it a delayed explosion. But if you're super limited on time as to when you can post throughout the day, unfortunately you can't schedule them, but you can certainly batch them and load up that drafts folder. And it takes about 15 seconds to hop in from drafts and hit post to get it, you know, spread out during the day. And the one thing I have noticed is I'm trying to, you know, my whole, you know, doing this while being a dad, staying at home. TikTok hates young children in the videos. I've noticed that my videos with my daughter, you know, pretty much I've heard any kid under, that looks like they're under 10, your videos might get throttled. So they want somebody in that like 16 and up category. So I've been trying to avoiding using children, and that's kind of my final takeaway, final tip for you. And to kind of piggyback on what Jonathan said, is the algorithm, if you like and engage with a certain type of someone, you'll start seeing more and more of the same type content. It's a laser focus. So you can kind of tune up your own algorithm, tune up your own For You page, and you'll start seeing people that you never even thought about who are putting out great stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I think I might have just lost my camera here, but
I'm back.
Yeah, so I wanted to share my screen one final time with you guys and just give you a little encouragement. For some of you are like, just like, how would I ever do this? All right, so this is one of the first ladies. Her name is Carol that I ever found on TikTok. All right, she's got about 10,000 followers. She's a nanny from the UK, kind of grandma. And I want you to see this first video. 65,000 views on her first video. I found this probably a couple months ago and I followed her. Yeah, I mean, she's probably, I don't know, 65, 70 years old. You'll see the fourth video she made. It's the second from the top on the left, or second from the bottom, has 527,000 views. But check this out, because some of you are like, oh my God, I'd be so embarrassed. And I just wanted to pull this up so you guys can have a real example of like, she's getting tens of thousands of views. She's only posting every so often. But watch this.
Hi, I'm Carol, Nanny Carol, and I made this account up to embarrass my grandchildren, Evie and Sophie, and get more followers than them. Hi,
That's the whole video. I'm making this video to embarrass my grandkids. 60,000 views. So guys, if you don't know the whole strategy behind, you know, crushing, just, you know, how to attach this to affiliate marketing and do all that, like, just get your first damn video up there. Just go in there, go into the app and just freaking hit. Like, you can do all the recording. You can do absolutely everything all inside the app. It's so simple. It's so easy to set up and do. You can create your first 30-second video and post it within the next 2 minutes. And then it's done. Like, just post it. That video I just showed you, not good quality. It's not shot on a DSLR camera. There's nothing special. She's like, here, grandkid or kid, hold my phone, hit the record button. Okay. Like, I'm going to embarrass you on social media. And she got 60,000 views. So don't overthink it. That's my last thing is, you guys, like, we all just tend to get into this paralysis by analysis. Don't overthink it. Go get on TikTok, start creating a video a day, 2 videos a day, and just start slow and just keep doing it and testing it out. So Dave, you got any final words? That's all I got.
Be legendary, people.